I want to talk about the word whipsawed. I don't know how many of you have heard this word, but in stocks and bond trading, whipsawed is used typically when things are going everywhere. They're up, they're down. Nobody knows what's happening. It's all happening so fast. And I know I did a video about a month ago. And it to me, because of everything that's happened in the last 30 days, I feel like I did that video 3 months ago. And when I did that video, I was trying to share with you guys a little bit about my background in working on locking in big pools of loans and how much I've had to understand the bond market as much as anybody can. And it was a 5 minute video. I didn't expect many people to totally watch it. I did share it with some customers, and some liked it and watched it all the way through, and some just said, I watched about a minute of it. I know that you know what you're doing, and I just trust you on your advice. And that's fine. So, anyways, since then, pretty much everything I said in that video is just the way it always is. It's the way it's been since the beginning of time. It's how it goes. However, this year, and especially the last month, things have been so incredibly volatile. And I'm just saying, when you're ready to buy, or even when you think you're ready to buy in the next year, get pre approved, get started. I have some customers that decided they wanted to wait. They didn't really think they were going to buy until next year, anyways. And so when I was saying, let's get your pay stubs and your bank statements, let's get started, they were like, oh, let's just see. I'm going to look around, but I'm not sure. And then I had another customer who definitely didn't think they were going to close until next March. They're closing in 2 weeks. And one of the reasons they're closing is because they started, even though they knew it was going to take a while. They weren't ready to buy, they thought. But we pulled it all together. They realized they didn't have to wait. Rates started dropping. They talked to their agent. They found a house they loved. That deal fell through. Then they found another house they loved. That deal's going through. And they got a great rate. They're good and they're really happy. But part of that was they had the determination to get started and to just get it all done. Even if that means I've got everything done, I'm pre-approved, I know where my credit stands, and maybe I won't buy till next year and I'll have to update my documentation. That's not a big deal. At least you know where you stand. I'm going to say again, the market is volatile. People think rates are going to stay the same or go down and that we're on this ongoing trend of going down. That didn't happen. Friday happened. And as I said in my last video, bond market people are ghoulish. They want bad news because that brings people into investing in bonds, which brings rates down. When there's good news or perceived good news, even if it gets revised later, Friday they said jobs were great. And I'm just saying that in a nutshell. There was more to it than that. But basically, everyone was all excited about that. They pulled money from bonds and they put them into stocks. Our rates went up. And whipsawed was a word that was used a number of times for bond traders because they were like, what happened? And all of a sudden, we had pricing changes instead of one a day, which is typical. I think we had two or three on Friday with some of our lenders. And we do broker to other lenders. Some lenders are more moving their prices around all the time, other lenders are a little more stable. And we're watching all of that. We're here for you. So just do it. Just go. Go for it. Get approved, get pre approved, get your documentation in, be ready to go. If you find that home and you're already pre approved, you could do the offer, get accepted, lock in the loan, and be done with it when rates are great. And the very next day, rates could be bad again. So you just don't know. So why not just take some of the confusion and fear and worry out of it and be pre approved ahead of time? That's all I had to say. Whipsawed is a big deal this year, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. I could actually see the whole rest of next year being the same way. One minute we think we're on a downward trend, the next minute it's going back up again. We don't know whether it's a war, whether it's a international incident of some kind, whether it's some perceived huge job report, and then it takes 3 months for them to say, oh, that was an error. We're going to revise it and say that actually nobody was getting hired and we don't know where that report came from. I'm exaggerating, but These reports throw us, and they throw bonds, and they throw stocks, and sometimes they're completely not true or inaccurate. Just check with us. Get started. That's all I have to say. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. I just believe very strongly that it's time to go for it and be ready. Okay, talk to you later.